to another great episode of Rihanna's Cuisines. Today we're going to be making Rus Malaai, and I have to say that I would like to apologize to all those out there that have been waiting for this recipe in English. I have done a recipe of this in Gujarati, and I'm finally going to get it uploaded as soon as possible. So to all those that have been waiting, here we go. So Rus Malaai is a type of an Indian sweet that has two steps. It's gonna have, I don't know really how I would explain it or describe it. We're gonna bake like bars, like little bars. They're very moist. They're made from ricotta cheese, and then we're gonna be putting it in a mixture of half and half in whipping cream, which is going to be a little thick. So let's get started. There's two procedures to this, two steps to this. The first step we are going to do is we're going to make the milk mixture. The milk mixture is going to consist of half and half, and that's going to be 32 ounces of half and half. We're going to do 16 ounces of heavy whipping cream, and we're going to do cardamom to taste, and then I'm also going to be adding a little bit of crushed pistachios in it. Now this recipe comes from Kaniz Walji. She has given me this recipe. It is instant. It's amazing. I've made it so many times, and it's the perfect dessert item for when you don't have much time, because you just stick it in the oven. We're also going to be putting it in the oven on 350 degrees for about 30 to 40 minutes, depending on when you insert a toothpick in it, it should come out clean. So this is going to be our first step. For our second step, we're going to be taking a, it says, I've made it a couple times, but the ricotta cheese is 16 ounces. I only got it in a 15-ounce container, otherwise they're getting to be like 32-ounce containers. So we're just going to use the 15-ounce container, and we're going to do 7 ounces of sugar, but instead of that we're going to go ahead and do 5 ounces of sugar instead. Now this is all up to your taste. If you feel like, if you try your mixture and if you think it's too sweet, then cut back on the sugar, so add it sparingly. So at first thing, we're just going to go ahead and put our half and half into a pot, and we're going to heat this up. So we're just going to do the half and half first. Okay. Then we're going to go ahead and do the whipping cream. And pistachios goes really well with this dessert. So, but it can be made without nuts if anybody has any nut allergies. All right. And then we're going to do the cardamom. I've got ground cardamom, and this is as much or as little as you like. I would start off with half a teaspoon and add it as, and then we're going to do about a tablespoon of the pistachios. I'm just going to stir it, and I'm going to put this on the stove, and I'm going to put it on the stove under medium low, and I'm going to let this become thicker. Oh, and I forgot the sugar in there, so let's go ahead and do the sugar. I'm going to do 3 tablespoons of sugar. Okay, so I'm just going to put this on the stove and let it be on the stove for about 15 to 20 minutes until it's just a little bit more thicker. And then I'm going to show you what we're going to do for the next step. Okay, now for our next step, what we're going to do is we are going to get our ricotta cheese. and put it all into this bowl here. Okay. Now, I've had a lot of questions on the difference between ricotta cheese and cottage cheese. Please don't use cottage cheese because it's not going to work. It's going to be really, really icky. So there's the ricotta cheese in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and, now the first time that I made the recipe with the measurements, found it a little bit too sweet for my palate. So I'm just going to add and give it a try and see if I would like to add more. But the measurements are going to be under the description, and they should have popped up on the screen right now. I don't want to make it too sweet, and I think it's just perfect. Now, I'm doing something different that Kniswaji has not done. I'm just going to add some more cardamom powder in here because I just love desserts with cardamom powder. And I'm also going to go ahead and add just a little pinch of salt. And this actually is going to really bring out all the taste. Okay. Now, if you wanted to, you could also add some vanilla in here. Okay. So I'm going to put that on the side. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to be doing a bran marie, and what that is basically you have two containers. You have one. First, we're going to be adding this mixture in a 6x9 pan. I have a glass pan right here. Then I just have a tray, and we're going to be placing the tray into the bigger container, and we're going to be adding water. And so it'll be a little bit filled up, and then we're also going to be covering it so that it cooks really, really well. Now, can it be done without doing the water bath or the bran marie? Yes, it can. First time I made it, I didn't use it, and I had a comment, and I had a suggestion that why don't you use it, and I tried it, and it really, really works. So what I did was I just oiled my pan just a little bit. You could use unsalted butter if you want. I just threw Pam in there. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to take the mixture and just put it into our container. Just like so. Okay. Just going to flatten it out just like that. Now these can also be made in little round white containers or anything that you want, that you can also make them individual portions. I'm actually going to a party this Saturday, and so I am going to be taking this, and I thought it's just going to be easier if I just take it like this and do the pieces. So, okay. All right, and then we're just going to take our water, and very carefully we're gonna pour it into the bigger pan. Now my water is hot just because it was in my kettle. Okay. And then I'm also gonna be covering it with foil. And this is just gonna help form the sides browning. It's just gonna give a really even cooking all around. Okay, we're gonna go ahead, stick this in the oven. Remember, 350 degrees for 35 to 40 minutes until the toothpick inserted inside comes out clean. And I'm just going to put it in the middle of the rack here. Okay. All right, so we're gonna come back after 35-40 minutes. We're gonna also be checking on our Rus Malaai, and also in the meantime, while your milk is on the stove, just make sure that you stir it so you make sure that it doesn't scorch. So we're back here, and I took the Rus Malaai out of the oven and I let it cool completely. This is what the mixture looks like, the one that we're gonna put inside, but this is actually the Rus Malaai itself. And I am going to show you a couple different ways that I'm gonna serve it. Now this one here, there's a reason why I put it into this container, is just because I'm traveling with it and I don't want it to spill. But you could put it in a different container, and I've already put the Rus Malaai inside. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take and I put the Rus Malaai itself in there, and then you can put it in like little bowls if you're gonna have company come over. Okay, and then I've got a little bit of cardamom that I'm gonna still sprinkle on it. And then I have some more pistachios, crushed pistachios here, that I'm just gonna sprinkle on top. Just like so. So this is a very, very easy and instant recipe. So I hope you guys give it a try. And obviously I have to do a taste test on this because I love Rus Malaai. So excellent, very excellent. Thank you, Kanizwaji, for this wonderful recipe. Thank you for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Rahana's Cuisines. Hope I can see you here next time with another recipe. See you then, friends.